Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Thanks for listening to DeathPile and Taxes. This is Adam, your tax man. If you're listening to this podcast, hopefully that means you're selling on eBay. There's lots of things that you should know, and that's what we're here to help you. At Adam Up Accounting, we give you all the insights of what you should be keeping track of, the things you can write off, and how you can help improve your tax business so that you can pay as little as possible, but enjoy spending those profits on things that make you happy. Check us out on our website at Adam Up Accounting. Bottom right hand corner, you can chat with us right there. Thanks.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
What do you say, Mr. DeRoy?
I say this is the 24th installment of the DeathPiles and Taxes show.
It's a good time to be here today.
Good time had by most, and if you're not having a good time, that's a you problem, because we brought it.
We also brought a fancy new microphone for you, Putty.
I'm sitting here, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Hopefully I'm loud and clear, but yeah, we're stepping up the big time. I don't know what happened. Probably got some extra tax money rolling in.
Well, we wanted to get you one of those adjustable stands. I know it's kind of all these hunched over, and we had the microphone stacked up on ink cartridges.
Yeah, we don't need to tell all the secrets to the folks. They think that we're in a fancy dancy studio.
Well, I don't want to. I better got some breaking news sounder for you.
Break it.
We got a Facebook page.
We got a Facebook page.
Yep, and we're going to be posting this picture of you with your fancy dancy new equipment.
Well, there you go. I guess I'm not in charge of it, which I said we should have one. I just don't want to be in charge of it.
Oh, no, I just sent you the admin stuff, so you're in charge of it now.
Well, follow us on Facebook then at DeathPiles and Taxes. Is that where it's at?
That's the one. That would make sense.
Well, does it say podcast after it or just DeathPiles and
It
Taxes?
just says DeathPiles and Taxes right now.
Okay, that's cool.
I figured I'd get it up there. I mean, you're out there, searching bolos. I figure, hey, let's put it in a place that people are at.
Well, I mean, I've had a lot of people happy with what they've been seeing on the Instagram, the instant gratification gram, and the Twitter box. I'll be out there and I'll be chirping away on the tweeter. So I guess now we're on the Facebooks.
Yeah, we might as well hit all the platforms.
Might as well. So hey, go ahead and follow us on Facebook, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah, man, we're just moving on up.
I come in here and it's like my birthday. I got new equipment. I got a Facebook page, and now we have my picture on the internet.
There you go, and you got a cold.
A what?
A cold.
I got a cold?
Well, or allergies. You
I got
swallow
something.
a cat, or
I don't know. It seems I always have something going on.
yeah.
Had something a little froggy in the throat. Had me a Slurpee. I was trying to, power it up.
Now, is that because you're still recovering from the accident yesterday?
Oh man, that's to come later.
To come.
I got. Yeah, that might be half a podcast right there. So. Careful where you lead me. It might, show might be derailed and over before you know it.
You're going right. I want to have a little derailed by DeRoy segment.
No, that's new. Maybe I'll start my own podcast. Thanks. That's been real. It's been fun. Can't say it's always been real fun, but follow me over at the Derailed by DeRoy podcast. Wow. I'm going to be taking this equipment with me, though, if that's, not a problem.
Yeah, sure. Well, is that podcast, is that story going to help me make any more money?
Well, eventually it will. I want to open up, though. Have you heard of this thing that just came to my attention on July, I believe it is? July 15th.
What's July 15th? Besides the day that you need to file quarterlies for your businesses?
Well, there's been this thing called Prime Day in the past. Have you ever heard of Prime Day?
Isn't that like Pi Day? Like you have numbers that don't go into themselves?
No. That's your math guy.
3.14 repeating. You're supposed to bring me an apple pie?
There's this thing called the Amazon.com you may have heard of.
Isn't it like the jungle? Like Welcome to the Jungle? Amazon Jungle?
Yeah, it's very similar to that. this little project that they've started that's called Amazon.
Is that new?
It's fairly new for a guy like you.
Okay.
The rest of us on this reselling website / podcast, now I'm looking at your Facebook here, have heard of Amazon for, I don't know, 20 years or so.
Is it like AOL?
AOL.com. Ask Jeeves
I
about
was
it.
going to ask you, Jeeves.
Yeah, if you ask Jeeves about it, he'll find you the Amazon.
Can I find it on, like, what's that, Napster?
I don't think it's on Napster. You'd have to go Alta Vista.
Are you helping me out with my MySpace page?
Oh, well, yeah, we got all this. Why don't we have MySpace up and rolling, man? You were the one that told us that you've never chatted online with anyone before, so...
Well, help me out with your Prime Day.
So you've heard of Amazon Prime.
Yes, I'm familiar.
You're probably a member.
My wife is.
So, twice, I think they've had, twice I can remember, maybe they've had more of this Prime Day, right? So summer sales are slow for everyone, including Amazon. So what they've done is kind of like a Black Friday type deal where they'll have Prime Day, and they'll have all these deals, but only available to Prime members.
Okay.
And so it's been so popular in the past that it's caused their website to crash. And, a lot of people are like, hey, I didn't get my stuff, deals weren't there, so on and so forth. So eBay's coming out on that same day. We got some competition going. They're calling it Crash Day. They're going to have a Crash Day sales. So they're obviously poking fun at Amazon for having the website failure for the last few years. So they're offering a Crash Day on Prime Day. So either way, July 15th, you want to have your stuff on the internet because a lot of people are going to be looking back and forth for deals.
So eBay and Amazon are both going to be slinging.
So eBay and Amazon are going to be going at each other, which means if you're selling things, obviously this is going to be a lot of big people just trying to undercut and whatever. What you want to do is be in that sweet spot of, hey, I bought a brand new TV or whatever, right? But also I need these other items. You're the other items guy. Oh yeah, kids are going back to school. I need to buy a T-shirt or I need to buy whatever. The random stuff that we all sell. So you're not going to be competing with Amazon or eBay when they're getting this match of wits to see who can outsell who. But the good thing is that the competition's going to be there and it will be people on the web trying to buy things. So Prime Day / Crash Day, July 15th. Mark your calendar. If you have an eBay store, which most people listening to us probably do, I'm assuming, you probably want to just run a little sale that day yourself. Maybe it'll boost you up in some rankings, and hopefully you can make that sweet, sweet cash that we're all after.
So we talked about this. Why do you do this? Why do you sell stuff? What's your goal in mind?
What's your why?
What's your why? And our why right now is enough money for Disneyland.
Enough money for Disneyland. So, okay. The eBay Meetup Group Barbecue just happened last Saturday.
Okay.
And me and the missus went up to it. Well, we were in the area, and we stopped by, and we were talking to some people there, and got to know some people a little more personable, because you're kind of more relaxed, not in the meeting relationship. This gal was telling me that it was kind of the same thing, her why. And she said, what was it that she was selling now? I can't remember the item that she was selling, but she told her husband that they were going to go to Disneyland. Oh, no, it was... Okay, so I got two stories crossed over there. One was, I don't know if you remember Bill, the guy that was kind of in charge. He sells Matchbox cars.
Yeah, Bill. I remember Bill.
And so, Bill can't seem to remember me, but I remember Bill.
I don't remember Bill.
Yeah, you saw Bill, you remember Bill. The guy that was kind of leading the meeting.
Sure.
With the white hair, glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he's talking to his wife, Mrs. Bill.
Okay.
And Mrs. Bill said, yeah, I thought he was crazy, the same old. And he'd go get these collector Matchbox cars. I guess they do limited time, limited edition, so he'd drive to all the stores and get the good ones. And he told her that he was going to take the family to Hawaii. And she thought, well, you're crazy, but whatever. What's it going to hurt?
Yeah.
So he just took his family of, I believe there was 4 of them, something like that, to Hawaii. Now they've done it, I think, 2 times off of selling Matchbox cars on the internet. So
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Other gal, I can't remember what she was selling, but kind of the same thing where her husband's like, yeah, whatever, okay. And she's like, no, we're taking the family to Disneyland. And they had like a family of, I think there's like 4 or 5 kids and the adults. And so got enough money, took them to Disneyland, said that she bawled as she saw Mickey's little house there, the castle, got in the parking lot, started crying because she'd done it, she'd set this goal. She started selling whatever items online that I can't seem to remember right now, probably clothing. It doesn't really matter, I guess. And made enough money to take the family to Disneyland. So,
well, that's the American dream, man.
I mean, people can do it, and it's those are two places that aren't cheap to go to.
No, there's several thousand. Like I said, we're planning for about $3,500, and we're well on our way.
And you got a reason to do it. You don't have to go work down at the quick stop or anything. After the shift to make you some minimum wage and work those midnight hours.
My wife is constantly every day now. She's got 1 or 2 items that she's sending out.
And things are popping. Things are selling. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a patience.
It is patience, and it's building up that base, right?
Filling up that cart.
I mean, it's been explained. I kind of see it as a conveyor belt, right? So the internet's this huge conveyor belt, and it's just going down the line. And Tommy over there in New Brunswick, or Gene down there in Texarkana or whatever, orders something, and you see this arm come off the conveyor belt and drop an item on that big conveyor belt going to these places. Well, we're the people loading up our conveyor belts, and you want to have enough items on there that eventually it's going to drop off. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but you have it so when Tommy's looking for your item in Texarkana, there's 5 on that conveyor belt, and they're going to pick yours. When the guy's looking for that down in Mississippi, there's 3 of them, and they pick yours. The more conveyor belt arms you have leading into it, the more sales you're going to get. I mean, that's just how it goes, right?
You got more inventory in the store, and the more chances for people to buy.
I was listening to I don't even know if I should. I guess I'll shout out a competitive podcast, the official eBay for Business podcast.
Well, eventually, we might have them on.
We might invite them to come and spend an afternoon with us. They're not banned like an A-Rod. We didn't even get into that yet. But Griff, who's Mr. Customer Service, don't know if you're aware of Griff.
Oh yeah, I remember Griff. I've listened to the podcast.
So he's like #1 eBay employee, and he says his estimation is you need to have at least 200 items, right? Now, going with the Scavenger Life podcast, which is more who we've modeled this podcast after, kind of inspired me. You're more of a Vanderchuck guy. We kind of, have those two worlds going on.
You got two sides going.
Where we still are DeathPiles from, with permission. Jay and Ryan over there have always been like more 500 or 600. So somewhere between that 200 to 600 item.
That's a sweet spot.
Well, that's where you want to start getting stuff selling. Obviously, the more inventory you have, the more that's going to go.
Yeah.
But if you're opening up a store, people will be like, well, Derek, we've been doing this for a few months. We're not selling. And like, how many items do you have in your store?
50.
10, 15, yeah. And unless you have something so specific that's so hot. Like during Christmas, obviously, you can do that. You get the hot toy, you have 20 of them.
Yeah.
It'll do well. But during the rest of the year, you have to diversify a little bit or have more items in stock. Because what did Granny always say, Adam?
You got to have you can't have a sell without an empty cart.
Granny always said you can't sell goods off an empty wagon. Get it right, man. Get it right. You're crossing those plains. The people are coming to buy the supplies from you on that Oregon Trail. They want the coffee. You don't got the coffee. They can't buy it from you.
I want to be the guy that sold the miners the goods, not the guy searching for the gold. I want to be the guy that was selling the pickaxes.
You want to be selling the pans and the supplies, because they can go look for the gold all they want.
You're going to find it.
Or maybe one of them does, but you've sold enough supplies that So yeah, be that person, be the supplier.
And then it'd be the best if I would buy it back from them and then sell it to the next guy.
Well, it's always that. What's that running thing of the person that sells gym equipment, right?
Yeah, it's always.
So it's always New Year's. You sell all your gym equipment, and then always be the guy that you can bring it back, and you'll give them half their money back or whatever, buy used gym equipment, and then resell it. So yeah, that's where we're at. I mean, that's the internet for you. That's the online sales game. We got stuff coming up, and there's always stuff coming up.
You think this internet is going to stay, or is it a fad?
Well, it seems to have been sticking around so far, but you never know. I mean, the good Lord giveth, and the good Lord taketh away, right?
Yes.
Okay, you look a little confused there. I don't know.
Had a cord wrapped around my leg.
Well, don't hang on for the rest of this podcast, at least.
I'll sure give it a shot.
Derail with Derek hasn't officially launched yet, so I need you for a couple more weeks.
All right.
Yeah, so get your stuff up. Remember Prime Day and the Crash Day, and I thought that was kind of funny that eBay was poking the bear a little bit. Obviously,
they're going after it. Any good, news, bad, indifferent, like that's good publicity. People are talking about it.
It is, and I mean, ultimately, if it gets people buying online, that's what benefits all of us. That's where we want to be. So
there you go.
Get your stuff loaded, and we'll see you on the Prime Day.
See you on the Prime.
Or Crash Day. I guess I'm more of a Crash Day man with the eBay, but
yes.
Either way, in some of these times, you have your Black Fridays and this kind of stuff, and maybe the little sellers or people like us, it doesn't really affect us as much, but the whole thing's people getting a positive experience online shopping. So
yeah, you want to have that positive feedback.
you want to be like, oh, I got some cool stuff. I'm going to keep buying off whatever.
So how are you going to help me make some money this week?
How am I going to help you make some money?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got to get to Disneyland.
Man, you seem to be doing all right. I mean, I can help the listeners on the radio, on the pod show, but, oh boy. Well, first off, I saw your mom the other night.
I don't know where you're going with this.
This is a true story.
True story?
My wife came home and had some tickets to the Ruben Studdard, is that his name? The Velvet Teddy Bear. America's Idol.
America's Idol?
Ruben, I think it's Studdard. It's either Studdard or Stoddard.
Stoddard?
I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Ruben, but he was singing Luther Vandross songs.
Oh, what? Some sweet, sweet sultry sound with
So,
Barry White?
So we went to the concert. And,
at the Cerna.
And sure enough, who's there but Karen Beasley. I don't know if I can use her name on the airwaves, but I just did.
You can use it.
And I didn't really see her there. I posted some stuff on Facebook, and she said, oh, I was there.
Oh, there you go.
So I was like, me and Adam's mom hanging out.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
And that was a good night. So I just want to say thanks to Adam's mom for having a lovely night out with me.
Well,
under the stars.
Courtesy of Ruben.
But going back to America's Idol, right?
You got a good tie to that American Idol.
Well, I noticed the Stadium of Fire is coming up again.
Yeah.
If you remember, go back in the archives, how I got started in this whole deal was with the same concert. And this year they got Keith Urban coming.
Yeah, that Trent Hicks, he was a good guy for you.
I've been driving around. I haven't seen any signs to steal or wait for them to come out of the ground.
You don't steal them if they're hanging out. You're cleaning up. You're providing a communal service.
After the concert, to take them off people's hands. I haven't seen any of those, so I don't know if they went more of a digital platform, but that's what we've been doing. So, if you got out shopping, you've been doing any thrifting this week? What's been up with you?
Well, I did a little online shopping.
Okay.
Little Bird tweeted out to me. He says, "Hey man, this Guns N' Roses concert might be good.
It might be worth seeing, huh?"
So I figured, you know what? We're going in, man. We're doing this.
All right.
Yeah. The thing I've realized is these bands, these people that you've grown up listening to, like I'm getting older, and they were old when I listened to them. And
old's relative, man. Old's a relative term.
They might not be around forever.
Once in this lifetime, or not in this lifetime tour, might very well mean they might not show up, or this might be the only time in your lifetime you see them here.
Let's be honest. If you could go back 30 years ago and roll the dice and say these guys would still be singing, we'd all say no.
No, we'd say drugs are going to get the better of this band.
I'd take the under.
Drugs and or alcohol win most of these games, unfortunately.
Ask Kurt Cobain.
Yep.
So I said, hey, you know what? Let's buy a couple tickets. So we will be there in some form of capacity.
Well, I got a story. Obviously, I'm going to go down my Guns N' Roses story, and I guess it'll lead me to this story. So don't let me get too derailed, but I'm going to get derailed within my own story. So I buy these tickets, right? We talked about it the other day.
Yes, we talked about it.
And I got front row, like basically center.
Yeah, center front row.
Three tickets there, and then I got a few back on the row 17.
You can touch Axl and Slash.
You can be the sweet child of mine. They're actually the Paradise City VIP.
Ooh.
Anyway, so I get this email, because I just thought they'll either mail me the tickets or I'll get the electronic tickets and go from there. Well, I get an email. You got to come down and show your credit card and ID to pick these up.
Whoa.
So, yeah, that's where I'm like, whoa. And they're at the will call. And I want to get these up for sale on the internet, right? Sooner than later, because the sooner they're up, the more time they have to sell. And I hate these hard deadlines. The concert's going to come and go. If they're still for sale the day after the concert, not going to make me any money. So
no, it's not.
We were coming back from that. Well, it was when that same day, last Saturday, is the eBay thing. So I just drive downtown to the arena. I'm like, I'll go to the will call and get taken care of this. So I show up there. Doors are wide open. Security's sitting there. And I say, hey, I just need to go to will call, pick up some tickets. Oh, no one's here today.
They're closed today. It's Saturday.
Well, why is the door open and somebody there tell me that they're closed?
Because he's there cleaning.
No, he's sitting on a chair with the door open to tell me that they're closed.
Well, he's making sure nobody's working that day.
Well, just leave the door shut. I'll get the idea.
It's big corporations, man. Don't you get it?
Apparently not, because I'm telling you the story on the podcast.
Customer service isn't their number one priority.
Oh, Larry Miller's ghost. We'll have you say that about his arena.
Well,
the house that Larry built?
Did the gentleman who was sitting on the stool come over and help you, or do you have to go back another day?
I have to go back another day.
Have you gone back another
Well,
day?
are you going to let me tell the story?
Well, you were asking me, you didn't get it, and I was explaining.
Oh, I'm telling the story line by line.
Precept upon precept?
Here a little, there a little.
Jot and tittle.
Well, I might. Don't mind if I do.
All right.
So I'm like, okay, well, they're closed. So went up to the barbecue that we previously spoke about. So that next Monday, which was this Monday, I say to myself, I need to get up there. I looked up the hours at this point, like, okay, they're open until 5. So got off work. Thank goodness I have this express lane pass, right?
Why do you do that to see if they're open on Saturday?
Because I was right in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And I thought, probably something's going on tonight. It's a big arena in the middle of the city.
Okay.
Probably got something going on.
Sure.
Well, I get on the internet and prove myself right.
Okay.
So I get on my express lane, and I boogie on up, get there. And, boy, I have to go through the whole regime to get in the thing. And I have to take off my hat. I noticed I got my work knife, my utility knife on me. So I'm thinking, I'm going to have to throw that away. But then I thought, no, I'm clever. I'm going to sneak this in. So sure enough, hid it in my wallet and brought my keys and my cell phone, and they waved me on through. So I go and talk to the kid that's working. I said, hey, man, I'm just here to pick up my Guns N' Roses VIP tickets. And he's like, all right, cool, what's your name? And I said, my name is Derek Everett. And he says, how do you spell that? And I said, DerekEveritt, just the way the Lord intended it to be. And he looked at me weird, and I said, ITT. And so he looks him up, and he's like, oh, yeah, you got some great seats. I said, yeah, that's why I'm here to get them. And told me I need to get the will call. I can just, well, usually we don't give these out till like 2 or 3 days before the concert. I said, well, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah, it's kind of what I figured.
In my head, I'm thinking, uh-oh, I don't know how I'm going to pull this one off, because I can't be eating this price. Me, Prumpy and the wife might have a good time on the front row, but I'm not spending that kind of money to be the Paradise City VIP. Does not appeal to me as much as the back row Joe would at this one. So
Okay.
I'm like, oh, that's not good, man. He's like, yeah. He says, well, let's see if we can get it on your phone. So I pull it up. Well, first I had to pull up to show them what it said. I actually had to come in there and pick them up, that they had them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, it says right here I can give it the will call. And so his boss wasn't there, which ended up being a good thing, I think. So he's like, I'm like, yeah, it won't let me electronically transfer them, because if I can get that works too. I just need to get the tickets so that I said I need them because I'm not going to the concert. He goes, what? You're not going to the concert? I said, no, I'm giving them as a gift.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I need those for a gift. I'm not gonna be there. And then he sees that I have 5 tickets, which comes back around too. And so he's like, all right, well, let's see what we can do for you. So he's, clicking some buttons and making some noise. And I'm like, yeah, just let me know what we got to do. And so finally, he gets that machine to somehow print out these 3 tickets. He's like, you want all 5? I'm like, no, the other ones are coming in the mail anyways. Like, I'm not worried. I need those 3. I need those 3. Let's just get gone. I want those, and I want to get out of here. And so he prints them out. He's like, well, looks like it worked. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm not sure I was supposed to do this, but... So with the VIP, what you're going to want to do, and he gives me this whole thing, I'm like, I don't really care. Like, they get in early, they don't. They get backstage, lounge or not. Like, they'll figure that out, right? I just need to get the tickets and get them for sale. And so...
But you didn't tell him that.
No. I'm like, oh, cool, man. Yeah, thanks, I'll let them know. If they have any problems, you just have them come up here and talk to Will Call, and we'll look up your information and get you right in.
Oh, he gave you his name, Will Call.
Yeah, Will Call.
Oh, God, man, what a nice guy. That's
Will,
customer service.
Yeah, so exactly what you were saying about him before. Will Call took good care of me at the Vivint Smart Home Arena. So he prints them off, and I'm like, okay, these are worth, some thousands of dollars. Do you have an envelope? Because there's crazy people downtown. I don't know if you know this, but there seems to be an abundance of people that just are kind of not all there all the time. And he's like, oh, yeah, of course. So he puts them in his little envelope, and I just go out just smiling like a goat in a briar patch. I'm just happier than than that can be imagined. If there's any more happiness, I'd have been split into a twin right there on the spot. So I go out and I put them in the old car and I drive home. Once again in that express lane. So I did all this in like 2 hours, which is unheard of to get round trip and that kind of service from our place to there. So I'm just feeling like I won the lottery, right?
There's got to be something else.
I put them right up on I put them on StubHub, and StubHub says, how much do you want to ask for these tickets? I said, I want to ask quite a bit for these tickets. Quite a bit. But before I got there, I guess I went to the mail, and guess what was sitting in the mail?
Your tickets?
The other tickets. So I'm going to put them all up on the internet. I couldn't be doing any better. So I go ahead, and I put them up on the StubHub, and the StubHub's like, oh, these are some awesome seats. I'm like, yeah, you know they are. I'm going to be, catching Axel's bandana. And, maybe Slash will give me a pick or a cigarette. I'm not sure which.
A pick or a cigarette.
You never know with him. So I put him up on the StubHub, and I'm the most expensive guy there by far. And
you should be.
I should be. And I put my VIP information and all that. The other ones, for some reason, I'm not. The row 13, I thought, or 17, whatever it was. I think it's 17. I put in all my information. I put the price I wanted. It's like, these are a great value. I'm like, dang right, they are. Buy them from me. So I go ahead and I do that. And then I put them on our local classified ads, because I'm like, if somebody wants to buy them that lives up the street, that's cool too. So then I go to the American Idol concert with your mom. And I'm sitting there, and I get a text message from a guy. He's like, hey man, I'll give you $700 for your tickets. And I said, well, which ones are you talking about? The front row or the 13th, 17th row? Because you're in the ballpark for one of them. And he's like, front row? Why else would I be bothering you? I was like, oh, cool, man. That's not even going to touch it on these ones, sorry to say. You can see what I'm asking. Well, it said OBO. And I said, yeah, I understand. Best offer. You got to try. Give it to you for that. Cool. Like, maybe if it comes to pass that I haven't sold them by the date, I'll keep you in mind. Well, you don't really expect somebody to pay this much for those, do you? I said, yeah, actually I do. It's been up for...
Move on, pal.
It's been up for... Oh, I'm just kind of bored. It's been up... I'm waiting for Ruben to take the stage, the old Velveteen teddy bear to get out there. So it's been up there for like, a couple hours, and you're about the third person who's inquired at this point. Seriously? You can't be serious. I said, well, yeah, I'm not just, amusing myself. I'm actually had some experience on this before. I said, for instance, I sold Katy Perry tickets for about the same price. So people will pay this. It's just whatever, they want to do. Well, truth be told, if you said yes to the $700, I probably wouldn't have paid that. I said, well, you're probably not the kind of guy that I want to be selling to then if that's how you are. Oh, seriously? Somebody paid that much for Katy Perry? I said, yeah, man, made somebody's day. Like, they're just happy as can be.
You're the guy that just dangles a carrot in front of these trolls.
And he's like, I can't believe somebody paid that. I said, dude, people's priorities are different. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some people. Might not be for you. But, somebody wants to pay that or entertain offers with me, I'm glad to do it. If you change your mind, or if you want these other tickets, happy to help you out. Oh, you're right that people have different priorities. I once spent $5,000 in a strip club on the Strip.
Nice, buddy.
I'll show you the text if you don't believe it. Maybe I'll put it up on our new Facebook group. And I said, yeah, I guess people do have different priorities, but if you think I'm ripping you off with a 3.5-hour Guns N' Roses ticket for the price I'm asking, compared to what you just told me you paid at a strip club in Vegas, I'm sure you're going to get more from my offer than you got on that one. Haven't heard back from him after that.
Moving along, buddy.
Moving along. So, anyway, you're going to get people like that. I had some fun with him. Then Ruben came out and serenaded my sweet ears.
Sounds like you had a good time reselling that ticket.
Well, it hasn't resold yet. So if you're interested in going to the Guns N' Roses, not in this lifetime tour, the Vivint Smart Home Arena, hit up D. Roy Everett on the Twitter machine. If you tell me that you're a fan of the show, I will give you a deal. I won't give you a great deal. I won't give them to you for what I paid, but I'll give them to you for less than I'm asking on the interwebs. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So that was my Guns N' Roses, and then I got a call from you that said, hey, buddy, You want to go to this Guns N' Roses concert? Heard on the DeathPiles and Taxes. I'm doing the same voice for you as the guy that was trolling me. Wait a minute.
I appreciate
Wait a minute. Do you have another phone number that you were trolling me from the other day?
I promise you I don't.
So so I got that, and I said, if I sell these 5 tickets, I'm in the market to go with you. If not, I might be sitting front row or row 17 saying I wasted my money. So it should be a good time had by most, except for our friend Michael Payer, who all of a sudden decides he doesn't like Guns N' Roses. That was the whole thing.
I mean, we're not. If you don't like Guns N' Roses, you're not going to like this show.
I'd say that's not true. I'm sure there's plenty of people that hate Guns N' Roses and enjoy DeathPiles and Taxes.
If you
Your
don't-
mom, for example.
All right, that may have been a bit hard.
I mean, Denny. I'm sure. I don't know that Denny likes DeathPiles or likes Guns. Jimmy McKnight doesn't know one of their songs. He listens to us weekly.
He's that guy is a chameleon.
And he's kayfabing us all. You think?
He kayfabes us all. I don't want to get into too many details of other people. Let's just say that we have a friend who may have wanted to go to a concert one day.
Okay.
May or may not have left out some details about the type of music that this said band may or may not play, and only gave him the soft, sultry sounds of the band. That way, his parents would say, "Oh, these guys are pretty good."
He'd play Ruben Studdard's pop hits. He played his sultry.
So he may have showed Ruben Studdard, the Velveteen Rabbit, whatever you called him.
Teddy Bear.
But in actuality, it's really Biggie Smalls. It's
Okay.
It's Big Pun.
So what you're saying is he's a good salesman.
He's showing the good side, not the bad side.
Either way, you like Guns N' Roses or not, you can like our podcast. You can hop on board. I mean,
You're right.
you'll like us, but
That's true.
Mike Painter doesn't like him, and he's here listening to us every week.
I don't know what to think about that guy.
Shame the devil now. Shame the devil for what you said to our fans, people listening to us.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's the thing, though. So Mike Painter contacts me. Guess who's selling on eBay? Starting up a store.
Tell me Mike Painter.
Mike Painter. He's
Tell me
taking
Mike Painter.
he's taking the plunge. So I'd like to congratulate Michael Painter on our pod cart. He's got some items. He was buying storage lockers, and he's going to start selling a little bit.
So he's going to do it. He's taking the dive.
He's dabbling. He was asking me what store to get. I gave him my, what I think. Which, if you're listening and want to know what store, there's a podcast about it. But if you want more insightful details, I'm available. You can find me. I'll tell you what I think. That's no problem. So, yeah.
I know. I got the message about the lockers, but I wasn't quite sure what was going on. So,
Well, apparently he was loading up.
well, there you go, man. That's awesome.
So yeah, I was pretty excited about that. And,
I like it.
So that's basically what I've been up to here the last few days. I mean, that's basic what I'm trying to get sold is that. Now, I did hit, where did I hit? I'm trying to think, I did some online. So I've been all about this Stranger Things coming back, right?
You keep telling about those Stranger Things.
It's coming back next week, the 4th of July week. I got me some gummy, pollywogs. You wouldn't know what these are. Gummy dragon babies, as it were. Demogorgons. I'm sure you don't know what...
And they come from Colorado.
I'm sure you don't know what a demogorgon is, so I'm not even going to try to explain that one to you. I got my new Coke. I
know the new Coke. You told me about that.
I got some, what else did I get? I got me some Dungeons and Dragons Stranger Things cards.
You're going right in the right alley.
I'm going all in because when things like this happen, people are going to start searching. So we're getting all ready for that. We're loading up that cart, and hopefully it bears some fruit.
I'm sure it will.
And that's basically, I've been doing a lot of the online kind of buy online, get it shipped to my house reselling. Where did we hit a store? Because I have some things I've been listing. It's kind of just blends all together of what you got where, right? So I went to it must have been a DI, Desert Industries.
Did you just say you got a DI?
We went there. I'm trying to think what town. Oh, we went up to Sandy. Once again, I was up in the area, so I said these guys got money. So it was a thrift store in like the ritzier part of the city. I don't know if you've been up that way or not, but I was able to find some pretty good merchandise at a very low price compared to what a lot of the other stores in the valley have become. So I loaded up probably 2 big grocery bags full of items, shirts, and whatnot. I've been busy listing those this week. So That's what this guy's been up to.
Didn't we have a friend of the program, Briefcases, that was buying and selling some toys for you?
Oh man, I forgot about that. So yeah, is he a friend of the program? It's yet to be determined.
I would say yeah. I mean, after his involvement on the text this week, I'd say friend of the program.
I know he's an avid listener. I didn't know if we were going to go so far as to call. What in the Lord? What's going on? There's a man out there.
Whoa. Just somebody
honking his horn as I'm trying to tell a story. Getting all excited about a Demogorgon.
You go take one of those gummies.
Unless this guy's looking to buy some Guns N' Roses tickets, I don't need him honking and interrupting my story, taking off my train of thought about the Pelican.
You don't even
now I call the Pelican not the briefcase.
Hey, don't. Pelican and briefcase are two separate people.
Two separate. They're like an egg and a yolk. One's a thing and one's another thing, but together. Shell. But they're all the same egg, but different yolks, right?
All together. It's like a cereal bowl.
Okay, so
the bowl, the milk, the cereal.
I'm trying not to get the guy fired. I don't know why he would be fired or worried about being fired. Being associated with a reselling podcast.
Well, I mean, that job that he has at the Smiths, loading the shelves in the morning, that's a pretty good job.
Well, I mean, he made a good friend.
Yeah.
Remember that guy that was it the Macy's or the Smiths that would always go in?
It was Macy's.
And he knew him. He gave him a good dock job. But I guess reselling, you can get in trouble if they think he's stealing from the trucks that are coming in. I guess that could be
which he's not.
Which he's clearly not. I mean, go look at my store. Is there anything from that store for sale?
I mean, yeah, I know he just got a new motorcycle, but he had to get the money somewhere else, right?
No, it was legal. It was all above board.
I'm sure it was.
It was not from betting on women's softball, if that's what you think, because that did not happen.
Never.
I'm here to say that did not happen. It never would happen. It couldn't happen. It never will. Nor would I have any information to bet on women's softball and pay any gratuities towards anyone that gave me information.
I don't know about this site, 5dimes.com. I've never heard of it.
I don't know how to even wager on women's NCAA softball.
You don't have to have an IP address that's pinged to England or anything like that. Not that we've ever looked into it.
I mean, I know people listening aren't in the know what we're even saying right now, which is good because it doesn't even matter. But anyways, he picked me up some...
it's like global warming. It doesn't exist.
Well, it depends who you ask. You can't drive up Mirror Lake right now because it's still covered with snow.
It's still snowing, man.
It's crazy. But we did get to the 90s this week, so I guess business is about to pick up for the summer. I don't know. Yeah, but Pelican said, hey, look at these wrestling figures I found, and they were the Four Horsemen. I said, man, those are some good-looking, figures, and I did my search and said, hey, this is what they're selling for outside the box. And I thought maybe he'd pick them up and sell them for himself, and he said, hey, I can bring them down to you. I'm going to be down there.
You bought them.
I said, okay, all right.
Yeah, he's coming down for a little camp out.
Oh, was he camping?
Yeah.
I didn't know why he was coming down. I didn't ask questions.
Well, I need some meat from you.
I gave you just a half hour of meat about Guns N' Roses.
Well,
and you offended everyone that listened to us. Then I had to bring it back. And then you gave out some more, I don't know, and I had to bring it back. Then you offended the Miller family, and I had to bring it back. Then I had to talk about Stranger Things and gummy bears. And then now you're telling me you need more? I'm telling you, Derailed by Derek's getting better every minute. What do you need some meat on? What do you need?
The problem is if it was just you, you'd be so far off the tracks, there'd be no way to get derailed.
Well, that's what people like. That's what they keep tuning in for. You've seen those download numbers crawling up that chart?
We're going places, man.
We're going places. People are liking. People are saying what I'm hearing. What they're saying is they're enjoying what they're hearing.
Well, that's a good thing.
What meat do you want?
Well, I got a question about this summer slowdown. I know you've talked about it. You see lots of people complaining, okay? The problem is this is the way I look at it, okay? And I'm not in this situation like, yeah, I've got a little bit of listed. I could do a lot more, but right now I'm happy with where I'm at, okay? If you're complaining to the point that you're putting it on social media, man, you know what, go list more.
Well, that's the thing. At the same time, it's taking you to complain.
Exactly.
Is something you could be listing it. We all know the more you list, there's the algorithm, however it works, the more you list, the more you sell. It does something and you'll start selling. So even in these slow months, like, yeah, we all like to complain or get together and be like, I don't know why my stuff's not selling. This guy's trying to talk me down on my Guns N' Roses tickets. They're worth $25 million. You're not going to offer me $700 when I know they're worth $25 million. I'm going to hunt you down, and I'm going to steal your bank account, and you're going to pay me what it's worth, buddy. I mean, there's those people, right? Or there's the people that just kind of have some fun and say, yeah, it's slow for everyone. Let's get some stuff on that conveyor belt because you know what's 3 months from now?
Back to school.
Back to school and Halloween, right?
Halloween's a good time of year for reselling.
Halloween's a great time of year. People are looking for costumes. So one thing that you could be looking for right now is what's going to be the popular costume this year, right? What's trending in the news? What's trending in society? What are people talking about? What's some big things?
You could always go as your favorite huge guy.
Hate to admit it, but I've made a lot of money off selling hair pieces that look like they may or may not be presidential hair pieces.
I do have a shirt that I found. I think it's called Trump Kitty or Kitty Trump. It's a cat / President Trump mix.
I heard President Trump likes to grab kitties.
I heard if you win, you're not going to the White House. That's what I heard.
Very pet friendly, that man.
Yeah.
He's not going to the White House.
I don't know.
Oh, you're talking championship things.
Well, no, these women's soccers, which we hope they win the championship.
I'm all for America, Trumpy.
Heck yeah, so am I, and I'm for going to the White House if you win. I don't care who's in there.
If I got invited to the White House, I'd be there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd be there. Hopefully, I wouldn't be getting a bunch of Big Macs. I mean, I'd want some steak dinners, but...
You know why they did that? Because you forgot. You just look at the story like that.
I know why I think they did that.
Well, they were on the government shutdown.
And
nobody wanted to go to work.
The president didn't have any more money than what it cost to buy them hamburgers. Because he doesn't have that much money? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he's paying the staff out of his own pocket to make that happen. There was a shutdown, man.
Didn't get reimbursed.
I wish the people at the IRS would have been working that time.
I wish they'd got shut down and been not reimbursed.
They did get shut down.
Well, did he buy them hamburgers?
I've got still stacks of paperwork from those shutdown people that won't do their job.
Do your job. Buy my tickets.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you go to work for your job if they weren't paying you?
No, I would not.
That's because now you work for yourself.
Well... And everyone at my work, try not paying me.
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah. Nobody's going to be there.
Oh, we'll pay you in 3 months. Well, I'll be back to work in 3 months.
That's how the majority of the things work nowadays.
So, yeah, so I've sold hair pieces for the man.
Hair pieces.
Tell me more about this kitty. This shirt.
Kitty shirt? I've done a couple kitty shirts. I know it's kind of one of those weird
You mean kitty like the animal or like child?
No, like
child
cat,
size.
like
okay.
cat shirt.
I thought kitty maybe kid size.
No, not like KIDDY, like KITTY.
Okay.
Kitty.
Okay. Like when you have a pot of money, it's the kitty.
Yeah, whatever. No, cat stuff, Trump stuff. I figure the mix is always going to go well.
You can't. I mean, I'd buy it.
Yeah, of course you would. I wouldn't even pay the. Well, I guess I can't say it. I'm not going to sell it outside of eBay, but if you go downstairs and leave a $20 bill, I'm not going to say anything.
Not going to say it did or didn't happen. If you just go do a little store browsing, maybe shoplift a bit.
So let me ask you this. Are you familiar? Because I know we kind of get in this phase where people want to do things, they want to list in their stores, but it really does. It gets to that point where the fun part is the buying, the hard part is the selling and listing.
Well, yeah, that's right here, yeah.
That's just kind of how it works. And once you get to a certain point in your store, you're always looking. Have you ever gone in and tried finding somebody to list items for you? For instance, I'm looking for some help on one of my other companies, the wheelchair company, videographers, and I've just tried using Upwork. Mm-hmm. Have you ever tried anything like that to bring somebody in to help you with your stuff?
Well, we talked about this at the stupid barbecue I've referenced 5 times today. So there's a gal there that does it, and I asked her, I've thought about it, I've been close, but my thing is, okay, they need your password, and they need to be able to access your account to do it.
Yeah.
And if I'm not there, I don't want to say, hey, you just bought a $20 President Trump kitty shirt, and me being like, why did you just buy this on my account and ship it to your house? And then say, well, I'm embezzling from you because you're not paying me enough. Now, we've talked about it, but it's just having somebody come into your house, or you give it to them. It's the whole logistics of it.
Yeah.
I really like the idea, but then you're training somebody to do it, and you're paying them. You have to figure out your pay scale of how to do it and make it worth their time to do it. And that's the thing. You get all your stuff. It can be done. That gal I was talking about, she has 2 people doing it. I said, how did you do this? And one was like a friend of a friend's kid that needed a summer job, and she said, I'll pay you $1 a listing. And she just takes over a tote worth of stuff, and she's trained her on, hey, I want you to do your title this way, And this is how you fill out all the information. Here's I don't even know if she gives her the iPad or whatever, just the password to her account. And, this is how I do my pictures. And you kind of train her and say, I need you to do a minimum of 10 a day or whatever your number is. And then you come back and pick it up at the end of the week and drop off new stuff. And she had another person was probably a stay-at-home mom, if I'm remembering the story right. Kind of the same situation of wants to work but limited hours. And she says, I don't care if you're working at 3 in the morning or at 2 in the afternoon, as long as the quantity gets done. You do them whenever you want. So I've thought about it. My problem is kind of where we live, right? I'm a married man to my wife, but we don't have any kids or anything. So socially, we're not in those circles of, being able to talk to some of these parents and stuff. Or you go to church, you don't want to say, hey, what's your daughter doing this afternoon? Can she come over to my house and sell clothes on eBay? It just sounds weird. So the approach of it, and maybe I should have my wife make that approach a little more. We'll be coming in and out. Or the reason I say daughters, because at that age that we're kind of talking, the girls seem to have more attention to detail and know what they're doing more if they're taking the pictures and stuff than the guys, right?
Yeah.
If you get a little older, you get a guy that finally has his head on straight. He's probably in his 20s. Then I don't know what you're paying wise, because you want to pay him enough that they're not just going to say, well, this sucks, I'm out.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we've talked about it off and on for a couple of years, and the piles kind of build up, and then I kind of attack them and get them down. And I kind of like, at the end of that, I just want to save it as a draft, because I'm going to go through everything anyways to make sure everything's right. And I probably still want to price it myself, but it's, it's one of those things and one of those topics. If you get online and stuff, it gets tossed around a bunch. I do like kind of with our area, there's probably some more trustworthy just because a lot of people here go to church and stuff. Not that you can always base off that, but it's kind of that idea, so to speak, than your random heathen off the street.
Well,
but maybe the heathens are the ones I should be going for.
And maybe that's something that, if anyone's had some experience with that, or I think that's the area, not that, we're getting into that, but I'm trying to find some other people and expertise in other areas. I had an interesting conversation with somebody this week. They sell meteorites online.
Was his name Aaron Everett or Dennis Everett?
No, it was not.
They watched the show Meteor Men. Have you heard of the Meteor Men show?
No.
These guys, probably the same, might be the people you're talking about. They go out and track this stuff down in the desert with their metal detectors. And meteorites are worth buco bucks.
And these guys go to like Morocco.
Oh, see, these guys were based out in the Southwest. I guess they travel everywhere, but there's a lot out in like the western desert of Utah. Huh. Which, if you've ever been out there in this kind of 90-degree weather, I don't think it'd be fun to walk for miles looking for meteorites. But
so one of the things that he talked about, or what they do, is they have their own website and they sell things off of there. But the interesting thing is, he says they sell more on Amazon and now on Walmart.com.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't know that, but with your Walmart.com, your Jet.com, I mean, Amazon. My thing with Amazon is just the fees associated, unless you just sell kind of like an eBay seller, not directly to Amazon. But yeah, wherever you want to be, it's all online selling, right?
And that's what he was saying is the more places you're out there, a lot of times, the more places they see it available, and a lot of times people feel more comfortable buying it from Amazon than they do from Joe Schmo's website in, Podunk, Virginia.
Yeah. I find meteorites.com or Walmart.com. Which one? Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an interesting thing for me. So I'm going to attempt to do that with our wheelchairs.
Oh, good thinking.
I never thought about it. He kind of gave me the idea saying, hey, have you ever thought about this? And I'm like, we've talked about it, but I don't quite know how. And he says, well, let's give it a try.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt, right?
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't do anything. And the same kind of thing, like, we were going to be paying commissions to somebody anyways, so why not, again, allow them to take their commission or whatever? And like I said, we're not out anything. Like, there's nothing that we're missing if we don't sell anything, because they only get paid when we get paid.
Well, that's a good point. Kind of the thing with all that, too, is have you heard of, we haven't ever talked about, but True Gather, and there's one called Bonanza. There are these sub-sites that you can load up your eBay store. They just copy everything and put it out there for sale.
Yeah.
So I've sold a few things this week off of True Gather. I canceled Bonanza. I had a little bad experience with them where they tried charging me $600 some odd for for no good reason, and I had to go dispute it with the credit card and got tied up in that mess. But I got got my monies back. So, anyways, you go to those sites and they'll just upload your whole eBay store. I thought about doing like the Amazon or the Walmart, all that kind of thing. The problem with that is you got to relist and you only got so much time. It's the same with Macari. It's the same with all that. Is you got to copy paste, make new, and then if it sells, you got to delete all that. So you would need somebody almost working for you for that to work.
And for us, I think it'll be unique because we only have one item.
Yeah, with the wheelchair
Yeah.
versus your T-shirts or your whatever one-off items.
So that's my reselling, my thing. Like I says, yeah, I'm working a lot on this. My wife, my kids are helping a lot on the eBay stuff. But I'm in that trying to sell online, getting that e-commerce out there. Because the one thing I have learned over the years as I've done this, you're never going to make the kind of money that you are hoping to make in life unless you're selling something online.
What do I deserve to make? Well, I mean, there's a few people, but they're called the 1% for a reason, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is you are building a company, building a corporate. You're a big babysitter.
That's why, that's what. I mean, I've had opportunity, even where I'm at now. They said, don't you want to go up in advance? You can have this job, that job. I'm like, I'm good where I'm at. I'm making pretty good money for what I'm doing. I enjoy it. I pretty much just watch myself.
Yeah.
I got something I know what I'm doing every day. Or, I could go babysit and make sure people are coming into work on time. People are doing their job. People are taking their breaks or coming back from lunch on time. Plus, doing all your extra responsibilities on top of it. I'm like, that's not worth it, man. It's not worth it.
You and I both know, like I said, we talked about this. Your wife was kind of in that situation in her job, and it's like, I don't really want to do this because it's not, it's usually not rewarding, and people take advantage of the system.
Yeah, and even so with my wife's situation, they were to the point where it was supposed to be, not getting into too many details, but she's supposed to have more free time and all this. And it was calling her in, hey, they didn't show up. I know it's Christmas, but somebody's got to be here to cover the shift kind of stuff. And like, okay, you got to go to keep your job. So,
exactly.
And I wasn't making all that much more for the rigmarole. But if you're out there and you do have somebody that you employ, let me know how you do it. Because here's my big holdups, right, is giving the keys to the kingdom and let people just come willy-nilly in my house. That's where I'm at. Maybe I'm a little paranoid. I got the cameras and stuff set up, so I guess I could monitor it all. But I'm just kind of wondering about just turn over the keys to the kingdom, how you do it. Or if you take stuff to people's house, but then they got to be taking these quality pictures for you. Yeah. It's just how do you do it? How do you make that puzzle work?
And like I said, you're never going to know until you try.
And maybe that'd be the best thing that ever happens, right? We go out and do the fun part. They do the pictures. You put it on the internet.
And hope. I mean, if it does crash and burn, you know what? You just learned something.
You learn something. If they do buy that Trump kitty shirt from you, I'm like, probably give me my money back. Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Or you just resell it, I guess.
Well, it's a good time of year. Like I said, fill up your cart, get some things going, whether it's buying, reselling concert tickets. The one thing we talked about is the more you like the things that you're buying, the more engaged you're going to be.
Well, it's a lot funner to sell stuff that you're interested in, right?
Yeah.
So when we're talking about these Guns N' Roses tickets, and I'm driving up hours and back and thinking money figures, it's a lot better than if I was going to buy, I don't know, tickets to the Electric Boogaloo. I don't know. Something that I'm not into. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go buy it for this tribute show.
Yeah.
I'm not even, this is stupid. I'm wasting my time. And I'm not gonna make that much money.
But now you can picture and remember where you were at when you saw the first Terminator and Arnold Schwarzenegger said, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
The Guns N' Roses really kick off from that show.
Is that where they got their big start?
Oh man, that was Terminator, man.
Oh, there you go. Learn something every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, it's all time period, and I think music is one of those spectrums that spans all generations. You can remember where you're at certain times when you hear certain songs.
Yeah, it's a time machine. Music is a time machine. When you hear a certain song, it triggers a memory.
It brings you right back to when you were in high school doing something stupid.
When you were in Pahrump, Nevada, skiing down a hill, dirt skiing,
flat ground,
with your boots on.
That's right.
Your buddy Biff was cranking some Guns N' Roses on the old Jeep stereo.
Good time had by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, I mean, it brings you back to that thing, and I think that's where a lot of the nostalgia. I sent a video over to one of my friends who he's going to go to the concert too, and he says, "Oh man, I remember sitting in my Camaro listening to that song."
I was just driving down State Street trying to pick up the women, right?
Yeah, and his wife's like, "You're an idiot."
Versus for me selling yarn and knitting supplies, just went doing the same. I mean,
no.
But then again, you find niches of stuff that, I mean, you can always find new stuff that you're interested in too. So
There's always things that can be sold online.
I mean, I'm selling Starbucks crap now. I don't drink coffee, but I enjoy going and getting me a Starbucks mug.
Well,
Thrill of the day. I'm out in a casino last weekend, and where do I go? To the Starbucks to see what they got there that my Ben looked over.
ooh, did you get the tickets? You know how we always get the fun bus and you get a free drink at the Starbucks?
I didn't take this, and I didn't take the bus.
Strawberry Venti, large, whatever that thing was.
Frappuccino.
Playing the bingo on the way out.
I'll tell you, the wife was playing some Keno.
Did she use the lost numbers?
No, she had her own system.
She should have texted James Benson and won some money.
You got the Google machine now.
That's
that
right.
information became. So I was listening to the radio today, and they had a list of things that you did for the last time and didn't realize it was the last time that you've ever done these things, right?
Okay.
One of them was you rented a video from Blockbuster for the last time, and you didn't know that was the last time you were going to rent a video from Blockbuster. And another one was called Movie Phone. Like at some point, you called Movie Phone to see what was playing, and you didn't know that was the last time you were calling to see what was playing.
Like, I think it was 888 Tell Me.
Yeah, call up, tell me to see who'd won the sports games.
Yeah.
Some point you did that for the last time and didn't know that would be the last time you'd ever done that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It was just kind of interesting.
So we moved to a new place. I've got my garage kind of the way I want it, and on my pin board, I have my Blockbuster card and my Hollywood video card, just kind of sitting up there.
You may want to see what those are going for on the internet.
I've heard it, and I'm wondering if I could sell it in a package deal.
Package deal, the twofer.
The two for
I'm not going to split these up.
No, these got to find a good home together.
Hey man, I'll give you $10 for that. Just kidding, I wouldn't give you 3. But seriously, would you take 3?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Add a 0 to it, and we'll talk.
So I'm telling you about these people I follow on the Instagram, right? And there's a lady that somehow got a bunch of Blockbuster video bags.
Okay.
She sells those like crazy because people just want to buy the bag.
I get it. And again, it's that nostalgia.
Nostalgia, yeah.
It's that thing, that place. I mean, we'd rent some video games. You know, that's what you used to do. There was no online.
Oh yeah, there was no online. You'd rent your tapes or your video games.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you got a Super Nintendo for the weekend or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That was always a good
And
thing.
go home and you'd put some miles on that thing. Your Thundercats. I don't know what games you were playing.
Zelda,
Some
Contra,
and
up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start.
yeah, things like that.
Yeah. I mean, you just
The problem was you'd have those games and then you could never win them, so you'd have to go re-rent the whole thing the next weekend, right?
Those guys were smart, man.
And hope that no one had erased your progress.
Yeah, that's the way it worked.
Mario Kart, yeah. All those things can be sold on eBay now.
All of them are sold on eBay.
And people like me buy them, so I'm like, oh yeah,
And
I like
that's
that.
I'm going to get back into that. Like, get back into the spring cleaning, the summer cleaning. Go help your grandma thin out. Go in and say, Grandma, because a lot of times they don't realize how much stuff they have. And I'm not telling you go in there and steal her archives.
I mean, my grandma's weight shouldn't have any bearing of this show.
I didn't mean that kind of thing.
Telling my granny she has a cart full of goods that she sells, and she can't sell them off an empty wagon. But to imply that she needs to thin out for the spring is just kind of I don't know.
I can get why there aren't a lot of people like you.
Well, that's not what the Facebook says. I got thumbs up all around, buddy.
Yeah, you got the internet friends.
That's right.
Yeah, how many of them came and picked you up on the side of the freeway, pal?
Hey, we'll get into that story. I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Uh-huh. I know I called you and I said, hey, do you need me to come get you?
Well, don't you be spoiling. That story's coming up.
That'll have to deal with the special July 4th episode.
Ooh. Next week is the 4th of July.
Yeah.
You got your fireworks bought?
No, I used to go with a friend to Evanston, Wyoming. We used to go up every single year and get fireworks, make a good time of it. But, that friend, I don't know what his deal was, man.
Probably can't get through Mirror Lake now with all the snow.
He probably can't.
The back route to try to get away from the UHP.
I felt like an adopted brother, but, I must have done something wrong.
That sounds like a bad friend.
I must have done something wrong. He just probably doesn't like me anymore.
That sounds about right.
They used to have this whole thing in their backyard. Like, we'd have, hot dogs. And
that sounds like a great time.
American flag draping down. You felt like a proud American.
You can't make this stuff up. This sounds great. You never invited me to this.
Well, I think friend, he even had, like, his wedding reception in the backyard. Little
Wow.
get-together.
It sounds like quite an extravagant thing.
Pretty sure he got an office hat from me on his wedding.
Office hat for a wedding gift.
Yeah, yeah.
That must have been about 11 years ago.
My guess is he probably already sold it.
Scumbag.
That scumbag. Oh, well, if your friends ever do get you gifts that you don't like, resell them on eBay. It's a good idea.
Hey, Christmas, instead of having to re-gift, you just resell. That way you're not going to give it to somebody that says, hey, where did you get that from? I gave that to Kevin. I got that from Kevin. Avoid awkward situations.
That's what we're saying. So, hey, friend.
Yes, sir.
I think there's 2 things in life that are certain.
2 things in life are for certain. Well, I got 3. I'm going to be telling an awesome story for the 4th of July about me being stranded on the freeway. Spoiler.
4th of July special.
Well, let's see. There's DeathPiles.
And taxes. On the Facebook page.
Oh, go like our Facebook page. Join the conversation in there and don't be stupid. Or else Adam will have to kick you out because I'm not doing it.
Or Derek will just troll you and talk about you online for hours upon hours.
Give us some content.
We love it. We're out.
We're out.